Hey everyone! Today we're going on an epic journey through the life of one of history's most powerful women, Catherine the Great. From a young German princess to the mighty Empress of Russia, her story is packed with drama, ambition, and a little bit of scandal. Before we dive in, make sure to like this video and hit subscribe for more tales of powerful rulers and unforgettable events. And here are two questions for you. What do you think was Catherine's biggest accomplishment? And would you have done anything differently in her place? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Catherine the Great wasn't born Russian, or even Catherine for that matter. She was born Sophie Friederike August von Anhalt-Zerbst in 1729 in what is now Poland. As the daughter of a minor German prince, her early life was typical for a young noblewoman of her time, filled with lessons on etiquette, history, and religion. But unlike most young noblewomen, Sophie was deeply curious and had an insatiable thirst for knowledge. She was always reading, questioning, and dreaming of a grander destiny. Her life took a drastic turn at the age of 15, when she was chosen to marry the heir to the Russian throne, Grand Duke Peter of Holstein-Gottorp. Sophie converted to Russian Orthodoxy, changed her name to Catherine, and moved to Russia, stepping into a world of political intrigue and harsh winters. Little did she know, this move would set her on a path to become one of the most powerful rulers in history. Catherine's marriage to Peter III was far from a fairy tale. Peter, who eventually became emperor, was known for his immaturity and obsession with all things Prussian, a trait that made him wildly unpopular in Russia. He was also careless and often neglected Catherine, leaving her isolated in a foreign court. Catherine felt trapped, but she saw an opportunity to make a difference. Instead of focusing on her unhappy marriage, she focused on understanding Russia, learning its language, customs, and politics. Through years of loneliness and frustration, Catherine formed connections with the powerful Russian nobles who admired her intelligence and passion. Her loyalty to Russia and her clear understanding of the nation's needs began to win her allies, alliances that would become crucial when the time came for her to seize power. Peter III's reign as emperor was short and chaotic. His pro-Prussian sympathies and erratic policies led to widespread discontent among the military and nobility. Catherine saw her chance. In July 1762, just months after Peter had ascended the throne, Catherine, with the backing of key military leaders and nobles, staged a coup. With troops on her side, she seized power and Peter was forced to abdicate. Shortly after, he died under mysterious circumstances, paving the way for Catherine to rule Russia as empress. This bold move shocked the world. Catherine had just pulled off a bloodless coup and was now the Empress of Russia. But with great power came great responsibility, and Catherine was determined to lead with wisdom and strength. As empress, Catherine was quick to set her vision for Russia into motion. Inspired by Enlightenment thinkers like Voltaire and Montesquieu, she aimed to modernize Russia and bring it closer to Western Europe. One of her first major projects was the nakaz, or instruction, a new legal code that promoted equality under the law, banned torture, and sought to reduce the power of the aristocracy. Although the nakaz wasn't fully implemented, it set a bold new direction for Russian governance and laid the groundwork for future reforms. Catherine didn't stop at legal reforms. She encouraged the development of education, establishing the first state-funded school for girls and supporting the arts, science, and culture. Under her rule, Russia became a cultural hub, attracting artists, writers, and philosophers from across Europe. This period of cultural and intellectual growth became known as Russia's Golden Age, with Catherine as its driving force. Catherine wasn't just focused on internal reforms. She had grand ambitions for Russia on the world stage. One of her major accomplishments was expanding Russian territory southward into the Crimea and westward into Poland. Through a combination of diplomacy and military campaigns, she secured significant territorial gains that strengthened Russia's influence in Europe and positioned it as a dominant power. Her most notable conquest was Crimea, which she annexed in 1783. This move gave Russia direct access to the Black Sea, enhancing its trade routes and strengthening its naval power. Catherine's expansionist policies made Russia a feared empire, and her skillful diplomacy secured her a place among Europe's most influential leaders. Despite her achievements, Catherine's reign wasn't without challenges. One of the biggest threats to her rule came from a man named Yemelyan Pugachev, a Cossack who claimed to be Catherine's late husband, Peter III, and incited a massive rebellion among the peasants. The Pugachev rebellion was one of the largest uprisings in Russian history, fueled by widespread discontent over the harsh conditions peasants faced. Catherine's government responded with brutal force, ultimately crushing the rebellion. While it was a victory for her, the rebellion revealed the deep social divides in Russian society. Catherine realized the importance of keeping the nobility on her side to maintain stability, and, as a result, tightened her control over the serfs. This decision was controversial, as it went against her Enlightenment ideals, but it showed her practical side, willing to make difficult choices to secure her empire. Catherine was a patron of the arts and considered herself an enlightened despot. She corresponded with leading philosophers of the time, including Voltaire and Diderot, and collected an impressive library of works from around the world. Catherine believed that Russia should not only be a military power, but also a center of culture and knowledge. She supported the creation of museums, including the world-famous Hermitage Museum in St. Petersburg, which began as her private art collection. She invited architects, sculptors, and artists to Russia, turning St. Petersburg into a cultural jewel. Catherine's love for the arts wasn't just about aesthetics. She believed culture could inspire loyalty and pride in the Russian people, and it helped shape Russia's national identity. Catherine's personal life has been the subject of endless fascination and, let's be honest, a little gossip. After her marriage to Peter, Catherine had several lovers, some of whom held powerful positions in her court. These relationships were more than romantic, they were strategic. Many of her lovers were influential politicians or military leaders who supported her rule and protected her from internal threats. While her personal life was unconventional, it was all part of Catherine's strategy to maintain control and stability. She used these alliances to secure her position and keep potential rivals at bay. Despite the rumors, her relationships never overshadowed her accomplishments as a ruler. By the time of her death in 1796, she had firmly established herself as one of Russia's most effective leaders. Catherine's reign left a lasting legacy that's still evident today. She transformed Russia into a modern European power, expanded its territories, and sparked a cultural revolution that shaped Russian society for centuries. She is remembered as a reformer who aimed to bring the ideals of the Enlightenment to Russia even if she couldn't fully implement them. Her influence extended beyond Russia's borders, as her reign became an example of how an enlightened despot could govern effectively, balancing power and progress. Today, Catherine the Great is celebrated as a strong, visionary leader who defied the odds, overcame personal and political challenges, and left an indelible mark on history. And there you have it, Catherine the Great, the German princess who became the powerful Empress of Russia. Her life was filled with drama, ambition, and monumental achievements that changed the course of Russian history. If you enjoyed learning about Catherine, don't forget to like this video and hit subscribe for more epic stories of powerful rulers. Now let's hear from you. What do you think was Catherine's most impressive accomplishment? And if you were in her position, would you have made the same choices? Let us know in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.